we're going to change dimensions, change codes, and concentrate on the National Hunt season forthcoming, and say a very good evening, because I'm delighted to be joined by Nico de Boinville. Nico, hope you're well.
Very good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Excited for all the action this weekend, of course. And good to see you back from injury. Obviously, it's been a while now since you scored in the expensive one, first ride back at Stratford. But how's it been so far generally for you since coming back?
It's been fairly steady, I have to admit. We're sort of spluttering into life, but, you know, you can't really help with the rain, and, you know, we haven't had much rain. So the ground's still pretty quick everywhere, and we're just waiting on it.
Nico, before we move on, we've just been watching the Breeders' Cup. You must have seen Willie Mullins have a big winner. Do you think we could expect to see any ventures like that from Nicky Henderson?
I don't think so. Willie Mullins is he's just a genius of a man, isn't he? And he went from there to Australia, and you know, the mind boggles at what he's doing at the moment.
Yeah, it really does.
I could see yourself and Nicky swanning around California next winter.
Only if you would come with us.
He definitely won't say no to that. You're going to be there right there, aren't you, Martin?
Racing TV might pay our expenses.
Oh, we'll be there. We'll be on the plane, mate. We'll be all tweeded up in Santa Anita next December.
Tweed at the Breeders' Cup. Never seen anything like it. Nico, as I was saying, it was great to see you back on the expensive one. We actually got footage of him winning when you returned. Just in terms of preparing yourself to come back from an injury like you had over the course of the summer, was it difficult to rediscover that level of fitness?
Well, I looked pretty fit here, didn't I?
You certainly did, yeah. I mean, I was wondering how it got to that point.
Look at me. Even Seb Sanders couldn't abuse me for that, could he?
I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised if he would have done. But no, what was the journey like for you? Because obviously it was a pretty nasty injury you had.
Yeah, it wasn't ideal. But I guess if you're going to do something like that, then going into the summer is probably the best time. But no, it took me a while to get back. But I guess you have to be quite patient. You can see where I've had a blow there, not the horse.
Lucky the horse had a few pounds in hand, so it didn't really matter too much.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this season and the big sort of stable giants that you've got to look forward to. Sir Gino, obviously we're all hoping we see him fairly soon. There's been sort of rumourings about when we might see him. How excited are you to get back aboard him? Yeah,
I mean, he's done remarkably well considering where he was. You know, with his injury and everything, you know, he still posted a really high time form rating last season, even though he only had one run over fences. But he seems to be really well. I spoke to the boss about him the other day, and he said he's maybe a bit further ahead than he probably thought he would wanted to be. So yeah, I'm sure it won't be long before he has a school again.
Yeah, that'd be really good news. It was almost like a schooling session when he won the Wayward Lad last season. It was so impressive what he did over those fences. Must have been a thrill to ride. Are we any closer on actually realising what kind of assignment he might get, or is it still too early days to say?
No, I honestly think he's an out-and-out two-miler. I mean, the way he jumps his fences, you know, he hurdles them almost, and before you know it, he's back on the ground. These smart two-mile chasers, you really want a horse that almost hurdles the fences rather than spending a bit of time in the air, which if you see Ballyburn, he spends a bit more time in the air than Sir Gino.
It was a record time, wasn't it?
Not there. I don't know. But it was just very impressive on the day.
Yeah, he really was, Sir Gino. Certainly one of the highlights of last season. Can't wait to see him back. And yeah. I mean, I have to say, we all know how good your boss Nicky is at getting these horses back and purring again after injury, but he does seem to be a bit of a master, doesn't he? When they have these really bad injuries, just bringing them back slowly and gradually and getting them on top form again.
I think that's probably the key to it. He's very patient, and you know, I'd say we're fortunate enough in that we've got owners like the Donnellys who are prepared to wait, and more often than not, the patience is rewarded. And but you need someone like the governor to, you know, instill that into owners and have their backing.
And finally, on Sir Gino, you've obviously ridden some fantastic two-milers down the years. In terms of his physicality, his speed, his general attributes, do you put him right up there as one of the best you've ridden?
Yeah, I mean, he's only had one run over fences, as I said, but from what he showed me there, he is very impressive, and he's obviously got to come out and do it all again this year. And you know, there's a few sort of up and coming horses over in Ireland as well, so there's a lot to take in. I mean, Marine National was very impressive last season, wasn't he? And I think him and Ilete Tomp, had a good comeback run. So they're all there.
Yeah, Matchborough is certainly touted as being one of the star two miles this season too, so lots to look forward to in that division for sure.
Yeah.
Last year's Arkle, we weren't able, of course, to see Sir Gino, but we did see Jango Baie, and it was the most remarkable success in the end. We can watch it back now because, of course, you were rather out of your ground and just stayed on really strongly in the closing stages. So how much of a surprise was this to you?
Yeah, I mean, I have to say I was delighted we were at Cheltenham and not at any other track because, you know, as you said, I was completely out of my ground and hoping that it would fall into my lap. So, look, he's a really sort of strong out-and-out stayer. I mean, this is the last time you will see him at 2 miles, and he picked up a bit of an injury at Aintree the next time, but he's come back really well. I actually schooled him on Thursday, which was yesterday, yeah. And he's fresh and well, so I'm sure he's got some big targets ahead.
Yeah, and it sounds to me like a step up a trip is going to be the way forward for him.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I can see him getting 3 miles, definitely.
And possibly the King George, something like that?
I think that might be a nice target to have in mind, but hopefully he'll get a run before then.
Yeah, because the way he finished there at Cheltenham over 2 miles, I mean, it was so strong, wasn't it? And of course, he ran very well after that. Later in the season too. Some nice pictures of you coming in aboard Jango Baie, and another one of the battalion really of riches you have this season with Nicky as well. A chaser who might light up some torch paper this season is Lucky Place, because I read on a stable tour that is exactly what Nicky wants to do, is to go chasing with him, and if you do go that way, I think it could be pretty smart.
Yeah, definitely. He's a real sort of terrier of an animal. He's a sort of firm yard favourite. He's very relaxed and takes it all in. He's scored very well, and he was always set to go chasing last season. But you know, we forget how he's still very young. So it was good that he had another season hurdling, and you know, he took in the Coral Hurdle at Ascot, and then he took in the Rail Keel as well. So he had a really good year over hurdles. Whether he saw out the 3 miles at Cheltenham in the World Hurdle, I'm not sure, but he seemed to stay 2.5 really well. So maybe he'll get it over fences.
I think a terrier is a very good description of him because he's so tough, isn't he? And even when he gets beat, he always tries really hard.
Yeah.
Have you schooled him over fences yet, Nico?
Oh yeah, he's schooled a lot over fences. So, you know, once we start getting the rain, I mean, it was still good to firm at Newbury. It's good to firm at Sandown on Sunday. So we're all just waiting and praying for the ground to come.
Yeah, fingers crossed it does. I think it's been the same for flat trainers all the way through the season on the flat, and of course coming into the jump season too, so a bit of a shame there. Go on, Martin, I know you wanted to ask a question. Yeah,
Nico, I'm sure you're delighted to be back doing a day job, but how much are you enjoying being the star of the silver screen on Champions Full Gallop every week? Are you getting recognised in supermarkets now?
No, I don't really go out much, Martin, I have to say. No, I don't really know how it's gone down. As I said, I haven't really seen anyone who's, yeah, I don't really know how to handle it really. Look, it was a bit of fun whilst it happened. I don't know if it's going to be, you know, recommissioned. So it was fun whilst it lasted, I'd say. And hopefully they'll get another series, but I don't know.
You're being modest. It's going down very well, Nico. How easy was it to adapt with it, having the cameras around you all the time?
I think it got to the point in the second series where people just sort of didn't really care too much. And ultimately it was there. It's an entertainment show. It is reality TV, and it's, you know, you're there to entertain. So hopefully they managed to pick up a few snippets, you know, in the weighing room, and they saw, you know, various bits behind the scenes. And I'm sure there was a bit of, you know, they saw what goes on, but not probably the in-depth of it, but well, it was good fun. It was good fun. I mean, when they're trying to film you when you've just been beaten for the second time of the week on at the Cheltenham Festival, that wasn't easy. But I have my tactics of getting around that.
Well, I thought you were brilliant in it. You reminded me of a very young Richard E. Grant.
Yeah, but I think he's got a bit more hair than me, so yeah.
Just out of interest, Nico, what were those tactics you were talking about there?
What were my tactics? Well, basically, I thought there was a no nudity clause, so yeah, there was only one way of getting rid of them. Yeah.
That is a stroke of genius, to be fair.
Brilliant. You'd probably get paid more.
Wow, you never know.
I'm just wondering, Nick, you got 2 rides tomorrow at Aintree as well. You got Impostoir and Excello. Both go there with pretty good chances.
Yeah, they do. Impostoir is stepping up to 3 miles to see if we could get him qualified for the per temps race, but he's still quite highly rated, so we'll have to see if we can eke out a bit of improvement there. As for Excello, he had a really good spin round the Topham last season, and we just fluffed our lines a bit at the second last, but he was going quite well at the time. So I'm hoping from a big run from him. They've both been working well. Excello schooled very well the other day. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And can't let you go, Nicky, without asking about Constitution Hill, of course, because we've managed to avoid that topic throughout the conversation so far, but it's the elephant in the room, so I've got to mention it.
He thought it escaped that.
Yeah, you've done well, but no, it's a question that has to be asked, I suppose.
Yeah, it sort of does. Actually, a slightly different tact of question here, because obviously you're going to be riding him this season. Off the back of last season, his 2 falls, do you think what you've seen so far in his schooling has been more sort of amenable to perhaps a better round of jumping generally in the season forthcoming?
His schooling's been good so far. We've done plenty of it. I mean, you would not believe some of the suggestions that has been sent to the office and what we should do. I mean, it is absolutely off the scale. You would not believe it, what people send in telling us what to do.
Have you got any in particular you could reveal?
Breeders' Cup turf?
Oh, well. No, I mean, some people have been telling us that we need to show the horse the difference between one of the old hurdles and the new hurdles, and literally show him this is the new hurdle, this is the old hurdle. But look, it's great that everyone pays an interest, I suppose. But he's been schooling well at home. We still got plenty to do. He's still got a few bits of work to come through. So, but at the moment, he's in a good place.
Yeah, that's really good to hear. Do you think the engine is still there when you sit on him? Is it as good as ever?
Yeah, the engine's definitely there. I can guarantee that.
Great stuff. Well, I wish you the best of luck for the season, Nico. Great to have you on, and a star of the silver screen. So we feel honoured, don't we, Martin?
We sure do. Thanks for coming on, Nico. We'll get you on again, eh?
No, I'd love to. No, I'll have to come into the studio next time.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Come and sit with us. We need an extra posh person to go along with Tom.
I'll put my tie on and try and look like you at the Breeders' Cup.
Well, that'll make.
Yeah.
Look,
just don't wear tweed.
We'll all wear our tweed in honour.
A tweed and a flat cap.
A Scouser, hey, Nico, a Scouser in tweed doesn't go, I promise you. I tried it once.
Never again. Nico, thanks very much. Good luck tomorrow.
Brilliant. All right, thank you very much. Good to speak.
Thank you.
Great stuff. Nico de Boinville there, really nice to chat. And some of his stars that will be on show throughout the course of the rest of the season. Sir Gino, Jango Baie, Lucky Place, Constitution Hill. We didn't even mention John Bond, of course, but loads to look forward to from the Nicky Henderson camp ahead of the 2025-2026 season.